Hello everyone, we are Gabriel, Valderrama and Aldo Luna, and we are going to talk you about microplastics in nature and their effect. But first, here is a brief overview of all the subjects that we are going to exposure in this presentation. So now, let's start with the introduction to this theme. The ubiquity of plastic products has made them an indispensable component of every human activity. This causes that in 2018, plastic production reached a record of 359 million tons, of which 79% went to different ecosystems in our planet. In addition to this, plastics are non-biodegradable, so when they come to pollute different ecosystems and natural environments, they end up considerably affecting everything in their path.
But what are microplastics? An extremely high number of plastics arrive to ecosystems. After a while, these particles are miniaturized to mini particles known as microplastics. In this form, they acquire the capability of getting easier into organisms and environment, affecting them considerably. Unfortunately, when plastics arrive to nature, they become in different types. According to the dimensions, plastics particles are categorized as microplastics, which are plastics items that are larger than 5 millimeters in diameter. Macroplastics can become in smaller parts called microplastics, which are tiny plastics particles that are from 1 to 5 millimeters in diameter. Sadly, this can get worse because microplastics can get even smaller, becoming nanoplastics, which are extremely small pieces of plastics that are less than 1 micrometer in size.
Now we are going to show you some examples of the effects of microplastics in nature. When microplastics are deposited in soil surfaces, they have the potential to induce soil alterations and modification in its composition. So, the more amount of microplastics, the more change of interaction, ingestion, and hazardous effects across food webs and consequently all live beings on it. In addition, when consumed, microplastics can result in intestinal blockages and consequently leading to starvation and diminished energy levels on animals.
In marine environment, microplastics can be consumed by various marine species, gradually infiltrating in the marine food chains and posing significant challenges to marine ecosystems and eventually reaching our own palate.
At this point, we want to show you a video of this subject to sum up everything that has been said in this presentation. Let's continue.
Microplastics. Microplastics are pieces smaller than 5 millimeters. Some of them are used in cosmetics or toothpaste, but most result from floating waste that is constantly exposed to UV radiation and crumbles into smaller and smaller pieces. 51 trillion such particles float in the ocean, where they are even more easily swallowed by all kinds of marine life. This has raised concerns among scientists, especially about health risks from the chemicals that are added to plastic. BPA, for example, makes plastic bottles transparent, but there's also evidence that it interferes with our hormonal system. DEHP makes plastics more flexible, but may cause cancer. It would be pretty bad if microplastics are toxic because they travel up the food chain. Zooplankton eat microplastic. Small fish eat zooplankton. So do oysters, crabs, and predatory fish. And they all land on our plate. Microplastics have been found in honey, in sea salt, in beer, in tap water, and in the household dust around us. 8 out of 10 babies and nearly all adults have measurable amounts of phthalates, a common plastic additive, in their bodies. And 93% of people have BPA in their urine. There is little science about this so far, and right now it's inconclusive. We need a lot more research before panic is justified. But it is safe to say that a lot of stuff happened that we didn't plan for, and we have lost control over plastic to a certain extent, which is kind of scary. Together, we can beat plastic pollution. This video was a collaboration with UN Environment and their Clean Seas campaign. If you want to take action to turn the tide on plastics, go to cleanseas.org and make your pledge.
So now, how do this subject is related with our career? Well, biotechnologists can play an important role in developing bioremediation processes of contaminated ecosystems to help them remediate and restoring the environment of nature. And also, we can help microplastic pollution situation by investigating microorganisms that can degrade microplastics or chemical compounds that can fulfill this action. Plastic pollution can disrupt habitats and natural processes, affecting the lives of many animals and plants. This, in turn, impacts directly the livelihoods, food production, and social well of millions of people.